everyone that's watching. In this video, we're going to talk about the truck driver that was killed outside of the Love's truck stop. The thing I want to say is I want to send my condolences, because honestly, I couldn't even imagine, you know, you send your husband, you send your father out, you send your son out to work, and then they don't make it home.
Tracking crime, Metro Police need your help tonight to find a murderer.
On Monday, a long-haul truck driver was found shot to death inside his truck in East Nashville. Andy Cordan has been looking into this story. He joined us now in studio with what we know. Andy?
Yeah, guys, I called the driver's trucking company today, and the woman who answered the phone, she was very emotional. She told me they didn't just lose an employee Monday, they lost a member of their family. There's still crime tape on Lucas Lane, where police say 37-year-old David White is found shot to death in his truck. According to investigators, the North Carolina man is last seen inside the travel center, buying food around 7:20 Sunday night. When the long-haul trucker does not check in, White's company asked truck stop employees to check on their driver. That's when they make the gruesome discovery.
Very heartbreaking.
Though truckers at the lot did not know David White.
It's a difference, like, you know, of course this will be heartbreaking too. It's a difference if, you know, he got killed doing his job and he got killed by another person, and it's been suspected to be another driver, and that's truly heartbreaking. 37 years old, this happened out of Nashville. I might insert a clip, I might not, I haven't decided yet. This is also a situation that's all too familiar as well as a truck driver. I hope this rings high alert to some people, because sometimes we walk around like nothing really can happen to us, and it is known, especially for the men, us have been known to have a lot of money, so it could have been something like that. I know I seen that it was suspected that it was another truck driver, so it could have been like a beef that happened in the Love's parking lot, could have been a beef that happened on the road while he was driving and stuff like that. You know how sometimes people take stuff too seriously, and people actually do get killed in road rage. So what if this other person followed him to this truck stop or whatever? Like I said, it could have been a robbery. That's what I'm thinking, a robbery. I know somebody else said it could have been drugs. Honestly, I think it would be the first two. It could have been like some beef that actually happened while they was driving, you know, road rage, and they might have just followed him there. Or I feel like it could have been it could have been sometimes you meet people. Well, if y'all don't know this, if you're not like a truck driver watching this, some truck drivers they use Tinder or whatever. I'm not saying this was him, I'm just saying. But some truck drivers do use Tinder to meet different ladies, and then when they get into the area, then they, you know, okay, I'm here and stuff like that. So yeah, some truck drivers do that, and you know how the ladies on Tinder and POF are. They known for robbing people or setting people up and stuff like that. Really could have been anything, and it breaks my heart because, like I said, this is all too familiar. It was just another prime driver a few months ago, and he was found dead in his truck, and like he was missing for a few weeks, and then Prime didn't even check on him like for a while, and that's crazy. You know, this driver and his job said that, you know, they was like a family, so they was very upset that this happened and stuff like that, and they probably was, because I don't think it was long before they had called up to Love's and see where he was at, so they probably did care about him. And then it was a girl a few years back, like right when I was coming to get my license. I think her name was Carlisa Thomas, and she got killed in a truck stop. It's like somebody had stole her phone, and then it's like these stories, like nobody ever finds out what happens to them. Truck drivers die at truck stops all the time. Everybody knows that in the trucking industry, they do die at truck stops all the time. So it's like, it's a really risky job, and I ain't gonna say it's what a person, you know, a risk they take, because it's really not a risk they take, but it's definitely a risky job. You gotta be 10 toes down, and you really do gotta be 10 toes down at all times. Like they say, you can't bring a weapon with you. You can't according to the job, but what you gonna do when something happens? You gotta have some type of protection on you. It don't have to be a gun, but it could be pepper spray, it could be a knife, it could be a taser, it could be a gun. I don't know. Especially as a man, I mean, men be carrying their guns with them. A lot of men carry their guns with them. So always remain protected, especially if you're a woman. And like I said, I know that the companies say that, but just think about this driver, which is really, really sad. But they probably already hired like another truck driver or whatever. So like it doesn't matter if your employer or whatever. It doesn't matter if your employer says you can't carry a gun. Like you gotta carry something and protect yourself. I remember I was at Greyhound. I kept pepper spray on my keychain or whatever, and my manager was like, "Oh, you can't have that." I just ignored what he said because I'm definitely gonna keep it with me. Like, what are you talking about? I can't have no pepper spray. Like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. But I just ignored him. Like, I'm not gonna take it off my keychain. What are you talking about? Truck drivers, it really should be an association when somebody is not feeling like, I don't know, maybe like a big group chat or something like that when somebody is not feeling safe. I know people be like, oh, I don't stop at rest stops. Personally, I stopped at rest stops at night, and then I would, like, when I was fueling up and stuff like that, that's when I would take my shower. I can count on my hands how many times I stopped. I can count on my hands how many times I had stopped at a truck stop or whatever, because it's really, really dangerous. Like, when you see those drivers doing those videos of, like, put the seatbelt around that truck and stuff, seatbelt around that seat, it's that serious, and it is that real. Like, truck driving is one of the most dangerous careers. It's like you're out there all day by yourself, and honestly, man or woman, you do not know who's watching you. Like, just all personally, I would always assume somebody is watching me. And like, ladies be sitting up front and stuff like that, and you see it's really dangerous, especially for you. Like, a man is gonna be able to overtake you every time unless you like a really, really big woman, you know what I mean? But like a pretty woman, or even just like a regular size woman, even up to maybe like 240, 50 pounds, a man is still gonna be able to take you, you know what I mean? Like, men are just wired like that. They are supposed to be stronger than you. So always protect yourself. They are supposed to be stronger than you, so always protect yourself. You really need to come up with like an association or whatever, or like I said, a big old group chat, a big old truck driver check-in, the truck driver community. They say it's a community, but it's not really, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think they said he went missing on the 7th and they called in the loves on the 10th. So like, that's too long. Like, of course, like I said, they probably care about him, but that's too long. Like, you know, I wonder, like, did his family have, you know, like, keep some tabs on him and stuff like that? Because when I first started truck driving, my first trainer had put me on to this. He's like, oh, well, my mom tracks everything I go. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I probably should give my location to my mother. And then if it's any family members of truckers watching this, always check when you're a truck driver. Like, I would say at least once to twice a day. Like, if you know somebody is out on the road like that and y'all don't even check on them, it's like, that is important as a driver. Like, even me, like, I'm doing bus driving right now, but I would appreciate if somebody checked on me like at least once to twice a day, just to make sure that I'm safe, because it's dangerous on the road when you're driving all day. You're driving 8 to 11 hours a day. It's dangerous. We go through all types of things during the day. We see all different types of things during the day. Your health is deteriorating while you're in this seat or whatever. So it'll be nice if just people would check on you. I feel like people know they should, but it's just like maybe it slips their mind and stuff like that. But that is something that we think about. But yeah, I definitely want to say RIP to him and my condolences to him. Like, he had kids and stuff like that. So it's just unfortunate. But if anybody knows any information, they do have a reward out for him, which I always find that kind of strange. Like, when, you know, these truck stops, when these truck stops, they have like all these cameras supposedly, and that's why people always say be close to the cameras and stuff like that. Be close to the cameras and, like, don't be sitting up front, you know, trying to grab your stuff. You need to get, like, when you go to the truck stop, man or woman, like I say, have your stuff already. Like, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, and that's why, like, I don't like team driving, but that's why team driving, like, you know, for some people that's not really a bad deal, because at least you have somebody there with you, like, they can protect you, they can have your back. So, like, that's the thing. If you don't have a driver, or you don't want to carry any weapons, like with people that be having their dogs. At least, like, the dog would know that they was coming, and maybe the dog would attack, because every dog don't attack. But if that was the case, then maybe the dog would have attacked. And it was said that he was last seen buying food at 7:20, so it's just crazy. And, like, you know, it's very interesting to know, like, what transpired. Why would somebody come in his truck and kill him? Like I said, it had to be some road rage, or somebody just plotting. That's another thing. When you know you got a lot of money, don't be pulling her out around everybody. That's why sometimes I'll tell how much money I'm making, but I don't tell the exact amount, because you never know who's watching, and somebody can pull up on you at any moment of the time. So if you do, like, show how much you're making, or tell how much you're making and stuff like that, like, the exact, like, it's nothing wrong giving, like, a roundabout, but, like, the exact amount, you should know that you gotta be on your P's and Q's. But anyway, leave any comments of what you feel about this story. Have you heard a story like this before? Have you heard of this story? Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And again, I definitely want to say I'm sorry to the family that this happened to your family member. Like, nobody expects to send somebody out for the day and they don't make it home, you know? But anyway, love y'all. Thank y'all for watching.